I'm going to show you how to finger knit. Now, the best material for finger knitting, well, actually you could use all kinds of different materials, but to begin, I like to start with a thicker yarn. And I find this one is really fun because it changes colors, but to begin, I'll show you on this one because it's just easier to see. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of it over here. So that's the long end. This is the short end. And I talk to children about this is the worm, and there's a little bird. And the little bird is going to try to bite that worm. So to begin, we're going to make a little wormhole so that little worm can get away. So I just took the worm, made a little hole, not too big, not too small, and then this has to get flipped over to the long side. So I'm actually going to flip it because this piece needs to be under. So I just flipped it. Have a little pretzel shape there, sort of. And there's a worm in the wormhole. Now, another worm. So I'm going to put my hand on the worm side, and here's the little bird. It's going to pinch that worm and pull it through the wormhole, and the wormhole closes up. There it is. And you just do that over and over again. So I'm going to make the wormhole a little bit bigger by just pulling on this. And then I'm going to, once again, put it on top of the long side. Hold the worm, the short side down. And here's the bird. It's going to bite the worm. It's really important to really bite it. And I'll show you why in a moment. But then you can pull it. Pull. Oh, this is a little hard because it's such big stuff, big yarn. But it still works. You have to really close up that other wormhole. Now that's much too big, so we have to make that smaller. So I make a smaller hole, and then I put it on top of the worm again. I bite that worm, and I hold this side, pull. I have a new wormhole. So I just keep getting new wormholes. And you get, this is actually in crochet, it's the chain stitch. That's basically what you're doing. And you can just, you have to readjust this so it's not too big. Now look what happens if I don't bite the worm, I just pull it up like this, then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But instead what you have to do is bite the worm so this wormhole closes. So I'm biting it, pulling. There. A new wormhole, and I just keep doing that over and over again. And this thick material is really fun. You can make all kinds of things out of it, like a little stuffed animal leash, or collar, or bracelet. I'm going to show you what happens when I use this smaller yarn. It's actually easier to work with. So I'm going to make a wormhole. Now if you do it this way, it works either way, but you just have to make sure it's flipped. And there's a loop, a new wormhole. So there's a poem that goes with it. It goes, "Little bird, how quick you learn to feed yourself. So catch the worm through the hole with such delight. There is a little worm to bite. Again and again, come back to pull the little worm until you're full. You'll grow and grow every day. So feed yourself, then fly away. Now you can see I'm pretty good at this. I've had a lot of practice. And so I'm just going to hold this side. And I have to keep readjusting my wormhole because it does get too big. And I just get my little bird in there and I bite the worm over and over again. I'm going to say the poem one more time. Little bird, how quick you learn to feed yourself. So catch the worm through the hole with such delight. There is a little worm to bite. Again and again, come back to pull the little worm until you're full. You'll grow and grow every day, so feed yourself, then fly away. And this is really fun because it changes colors. Now to stop it, all you need to do is cut a little bit here. So I'm going to do that right here. And you just put the little worm down in the wormhole and you pull it and it closes the door. There is one more way. There's another way though. What you can do is you put the wormhole over the worm and just pull it and it'll come through. And it's locked. That door is locked. It's not going anywhere. And there you have